Right, in this tutorial I'm going to talk about relationships, but yeah, don't worry, it's not that kind of relationship. It's more boring stuff. It's database relationships. You may wonder why we have put all this information here. So you notice that we have a table here of students, a table of courses, and a table of enrollment, but they are different tables. Yeah, and this is not the purpose of using a database. Using what we call a relational database is because we want to relate these different tables. Yeah. So how do we do that? Well, you see that in here we have the primary keys. Yeah, so primary keys, and the primary keys in here refer to unique records, as you know. So we know that the student ID number 1 is Joe Smith, that lives in this place, with that email, that phone, and etc. So him, we go to enrollment, student ID here 1. Yes, he has enrolled in a course called SF. Well, hasn't enrolled yet, but the application, he's on the application on the 12th of October 2017, which is a bit strange because he's well ahead. But anyway, so SF, you may say, what is SF? Well, that's course ID. Course ID of what? Let's see, let's go to course table, and SF stands for in your 2 feeds. This is a surfing course for the uninitiated, so it will be just an introduction to stand on the surfboard. So at the price of $80, you can have a 1-week course. It doesn't, I haven't put here the length of the course, but anyway, basically here with this reference, yeah, primary key of the course table, it gives you that information, course title and price. So we know that student number 1 has enrolled on this surfing course. So we need to make that explicit to the database. Where to show, look, these are related, these tables are related, and they are related in this way. So how do I do that? Well, I go in here to database tools, click in there, and over there, voila, you have it, relationships. Yeah, so click in there, relationships, and now we have the 3 tables. Sometimes the tables might not be there, so I'm going to hide the tables, because in some cases you don't see them. Yeah, you have to bring them up. So to do that, you click in here, show table. Yeah, and I'm going to add student, and I'm going to add enrollment, and I'm going to add courses. Yeah, just in case you don't have it in your Access version. Now, what I was saying before is that these tables are linked, are related on the primary keys. So the student ID refers to the student ID here. Yeah. So relationship, are you happy with this ID relates to student ID? Yes. I'm only happy. I want to enforce this referential integrity. Well, referential integrity means that if I say that this ID exists in here, this ID, you know, whenever the ID is existing here, we refer to a valid student ID. So all the students' ID that they are present in this table will be present in this table as well. So I'm not going to have an ID that doesn't refer to anything. Yeah, that's what integrity means. And I'll say create. And it says it's because I lock a table, so silly me, I need to close these tables first. So go close that, and then save it, and I close that. Alright, so let's go do it again. ID related to a student ID, and I want that to be enforce the referential integrity. Notice that in here it says one to many. Yeah, one to many, referring that one student can be enrolled in different courses. Yeah, so create, and that's the symbol you get, one, and this infinite symbol refers to many. So one student can be enrolled in different courses. Yeah, it doesn't have to be just one student, one enrollment. No, I can enroll as many as I want. Now, with courses, courses will do the same. Course reference refers to the course ID. So I'm going to click in there, click and drag, and can I do that? Come on. click, drag, and drop. Yeah, and the same thing. Course reference from the course table going to be related to course ID in the enrollment table. I'm happy with that. I click enforce. Again, if I refer to a course ID in this table, I want to make sure that that ID is present in this table. So one to many again. Yeah. Click OK. Can I enforce this relationship and enforce referential integrity? Okay, it says I cannot do that. Why can I do that? Because it violates referential integrity rules. Okay, let's explore that. I'm gonna click OK. So carry on with the relationships. So in here, when we went in here to course ID, we have this problem that we click on the referential integrity and say create, and what happened now? Create. So database engine could not lock table. Okay, sorry. It's because I've been looking at the problem, and I'm gonna show you the problem now. First, I'm going to go back to what error it threw. So in here was just course reference, course ID, and yes, I want referential integrity, create, and it was saying data in the table enrollment violates the referential integrity rules. So why is that? Remember that what I was saying before, integrity refers to referential integrity, that is, refers to that when I have an ID course in here, it must be present in this course. Yeah, I cannot refer to a course in here that doesn't exist. Okay, imagine that the student enrolls in a course that doesn't exist and he pays for it. So that I need to make sure that if I have a course in here, that course exists in here. So let's see what happened here. The problem is in enrollment, so I'm going to open enrollment. On enrollment, I have this courses ID. I have SF, TR, SO. So SF was for surfing, if I remember well. This was TR for trekking, soccer, climbing, cycling, scuba diving, and horse riding. Yeah, and on courses, yeah, I have CL, so I have there CL, so that's fine. Climbing and climbing. I have CY for cycling. I have CY in there, so far so good. HR for hacking, I call it. So HR is there, so good. Now, park run, I have the running. So running is RO. RO is up in here. No, actually, is not in here. So it's one of them that is not present. Because it's not present in here, RO. SO is not, sorry, SO is not present in here, it gives me an error. I'm gonna do something cheeky here because I don't want to create a new record. I'm that lazy. So what I'm going to do here, parkrun RU, I'm gonna change that. So this gentleman is not going to do any longer soccer, but it's going to be running a little bit. So RO now that refers to a course that exists. And next is CL. CL, we said that it did exist. Yeah, learn to climb. CY was cycling. SF. SF was in here. SF. SF, yes. In your feed, that was a surfing course. And SD. So SD was scuba diving. See scuba diving in here. The scuba diving. No, we don't have the scuba diving in here. And yes, we have SC in here, scuba diving advanced. So but we call it SC, not SD. Yeah, in here is SC, but in here I call it SD. So SD. Now, all the courses in here now are referred in here. So the ES6. I'll go back to relationship in here, and I say, let me just say this here. Let's say relation. I think they automatically say it. Click in here, click, drag, drop, and enforce referential integrity. Create, and how many times am I going to forget to do it? One, okay. Close it, again, close it, click, drag, drop. credential, and voila. Isn't that great? Now, why do I do this? Why? Well, it's to link all that data. Now from here, from this student, I can find out what course he has joined, enrolled, when there was application date, if he has enrolled or not, and what course, the title of the course, and the price of it. So I can navigate through. Why? Because these links, through these links, it tell me what are the common things. So here in the ID, we pressing in here, it tell me the data that is associated to this ID. And if it is this ID, this course ID, both of them, you tell me if this student on this course has enrolled and when has applied. And this course, it tells me that what is the course he's doing and the price is paid. So this is how we relate data, and in doing that, the database is much more efficient, much more reliable, and faster as well. There's less records to go through it. So from the point of view of less records that you have to enter, from the point of view of being fast to retrieve information, from the point of view of being consistent, that information, as you have seen before, courses have to exist before I enroll, so that avoids me to make mistakes, and making those let's say avoiding those kind of risks makes the database more consistent and more reliable. And this is why databases are so important, because in this way information we can if we store information we can trust, and then we can book flights to go on holidays, we can book appointments to the GP to go to the hospital, and we can deposit our money in the bank. Why? Because of these kind of small advances that reduces the risk of getting the information wrong. It makes it more robust, reliable, consistent, and information has more integrity.